I'll train you right to spin fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your meme coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web freezers and trees show you where to sell. He's got these.
Good morning, boys. Mega GMs. Oh my God. I was gonna call today Luna Day. It is Luna Day. It's the Luna show today. Hey, thank you, Luna. Oh, what's up? All right. It is the big day. It's the big day. We've been hearing about this day for a long time, courtesy of our friend Luna, who seems to have cooked. Seems to have absolutely cooked on the lighter TGE. GG's, man. Really glad to hear it. Really, really glad. CJ, good morning, man. It's it's the day. Okay. Perp decks, lighter. People have been wondering when TGE is happening for the lit token. Thought it would be like last Friday. Didn't happen. We were hoping yesterday. There's markets on Polymarket when it would happen. Of course, like when, but also like what kind of FDV are we looking at? And the magic moment happened. Luna, what was it? Like 6 hours ago or so? Was TGE? I think it was this morning for us, right? I think like around like, are we like 3 a.m. Eastern time or 4 or something like that? Oh, look at Luna doing it. I think doing it right. We'll talk like some price predictions too. Cats, good morning, man. But just awesome. It was way later or earlier than I thought. 10 p.m. last night. Okay. 10. Okay, you're Pacific. So like 1 a.m. Eastern or so. But good for this guy. You know, like Luna's been talking about. Luna put lighter on our map. I mean, months ago, like a long, long time ago, like when farming, like nobody on the timeline was even talking about farming it. And Luna was, and he was like shaking us and telling us like, you don't miss this thing. Like this is going to be a big thing. And it is. And it looks like a good win too. Luna. Okay. I'll put it on just because you put it in the chat, but hell of a stimmy, right? That's the kind of stimmy you don't get often here. And I think the way Luna played it too was like just this kind of what like delta neutral like trading strategy. I think taking some leverage positions too and right, but like looks like a great W for Luna. And I know he's on to the next thing already too. All right, we'll get to this in a second. Things to talk about today. Of course, the lighter TGE. They got an NFT as well. Kind of a cool thing I wasn't expecting, but you can actually choose to like, I think forgo some of your lighter token and get an NFT in the future from them, like an official lighter NFT, which is pretty cool. I think you're crazy if you're doing that. Maybe we'll see. So yes, we're going to talk lighter. We're going to take, we're going to do a little update on the Nick Shirely token. I mean, takes everywhere about it. And most of those takes are, this doesn't work, you know, and that's most people's take here too. And I agree, and I also think they can work, and I want them to work. And I'll say this: that token's down bad, and if that's like the shining, like the fucking North Star for creator coins, then creator coins in their current form are in trouble. But I think there were some missteps on the base side for that. We'll talk about that token too. An update in AI. In fact, I think a really big update. If you guys didn't see, Shaw makes magic. You know Shaw from AI16Z, one of the guys who basically kickstarted the whole AI agent meta last year, is back on X and back with some new products and maybe back with some new grifts. I don't know. I don't know with him. But Shaw's back, and that actually means there's potential for like maybe that AI meta to come back like hot and heavy. We'll see. Couple NFT updates for you. I told you I was not going to miss another X copy raffle. I missed the last one, didn't know it was there, so I didn't enter the raffle. I said I wasn't going to miss that again because That's me fucking you over if you know you're tuning in to stay plugged in. I missed a big one. I missed some free money for you guys, you know? So a quick heads up, if you have an X copy, there's a brand new raffle in his Discord for another new mint. Expensive 3.33 ETH, but you're gonna flip you're gonna flip that thing for 10 ETH. 10 ETH. So yeah, Shaw's back. Virtual's Virtual's going hardcore robotics next year. Next year could be interesting. And there we go. Okay, so it's alpha from Luna. He dropped the NATO thing a couple of weeks back, and that's his next call, and he's right there too. Yeah, we'll get to that. What's up, JWise? All right, let's do the thing. Smash a like where you're watching. We're live. All the same places. Abstract, Kick, Zora. We're live there. Did I put us on Twitch? No, but I'm going to. Hang on. Need to start doing the Twitch thing more. Okay, now live on Twitch. X. And where else? YouTube. We're live on YouTube. So hit the like where you're watching. You should probably come over to the YouTube side. It's Crypto Slam over here. Home base. Cutie, I appreciate you yesterday. I heard you, Spaces with Confusion and Yellow Doodle and appreciate your kind words about the show. Shilling the show, dude. Thank you. And it actually was helpful. I was listening in and like Yellow Doodle's like, well, dude, I go to the site and there's no link to the show and I don't know where to go and the name keeps changing. The platforms it was good feedback. Got to tighten all that up. So I put the link to the show in my bio. We'll get that tightened up. Follow us on X. It's Crypto Slam IO over there. Of course, Slam Nation X, where the show is streaming over there. Come join us. Come join us on the show. I want you guys on the show. If you're building in this space, dashboards, agents, crypto platforms, if you're building an AI in general, I want you on the show. I want you to join us in Slam Nation. And if you need that data to power your applications and agents, reach out to us. We got that for you, especially on Base and on Ethereum. Everything on chain, the way back machine of the blockchain, everything at the historical block level. Really wild stuff. Really wild. We'll give you some free credits to tap into the API. We'll build custom endpoints for you. We'll do whatever, but we want to cook. So reach out to us. You can DM me, Hudah_idiot on X, or reach out on CryptoSlam or Slam Nation X. And then finally, go to ethoswarm.ai and get ready for our next, it's a killer thing that we're working on. And you'll find out about it soon. Find out about it first by signing up on the wait list. Again, ethoswarm.ai. Cool stuff coming. All right. So here we go. Lighter TGE. Oh, there you go. Dude, there's a trade in Lighter right now, I think, right? We'll look at price. But I think there's a trade in there. I do. Moonship, bro. Crazy. If we have time, and I hope we do, Thread Guy's got like a 10-minute rant on creator coins, and it's awesome. And I want to play the whole thing because he's who here in crypto is like as talented, skilled, whatever as Thread Guy, as far as like he's from that generation and he knows this industry. He really does. He gets it. And if we're not listening to what Thread Guy is saying about creator coins, then we're missing it. Thread Guy, he's probably the one voice we should be listening to about creator coins. So we're going to tune into that. Okay, so TGE, technically, I think for me, early this morning, depends where you are in the world, but some last night, TGE happens. We'll look at tokenomics here. I didn't know Kook was playing Lighter, but Kook playing Lighter got his lit token drop, holding the 4 to 5 bill FDV. Where are we at now, actually? Let's even jump over here. Let's see. I think last I saw like 2.5. I think like 2.5. Yeah, 2.6 bill. Which I think is interesting considering this market. I think it's I don't know. Luna, is it lower? Kook is good at this. Kook didn't want any competition. Kook is a smart dude. Kook knows what he's doing. I know what Kook's doing too. This is the thing with Kook. You have to understand. You have to know how to read Kook. So if he's saying it's too late, I'm like, dude, it's like when I got into NFTs when Mark Cuban said, don't do the NFT thing, super speculative. I'm like, oh, okay, that means I should probably go figure out NFTs. When Kook's saying don't do it, it's too late, I'm like, it's perfect time to get in, right? I get him. 2.6 bill FDV, I think, is pretty spicy. I actually like this coin right here. Actually like this coin a lot right here. Luna's trading. Hang on, let me get this show tweeted out. Hang on. Why do I do this every episode? I need an agent that just tweets the show for me and markets this fucking thing. What's up, Dad? Good morning, man. There we go. There we go. Kook holding to this thing like 2x's from here. I think he's going to get it. I do. I think he's going to get it. And I think you're smart for taking your profits right now. No, I'm not going to go buy it. I'm not trading anything right now. Like I want to see it happen because then that means you can go play now. I'm okay missing this stuff right now. Really okay. K-Money's similar. Actually, where is Aster? K-Money saying no reason it should be trading less than Aster. That's probably fair. I think universally people don't like Aster. Aster's got the Binance shill. Lighter's got the Robinhood shill. And here's Aster trading at 5.1. Oh, excuse me. Hang on. 5.5 bill. They should be damn near at the same level. Lighter's got some serious upside to it. Thread Guy's great. I think Thread Guy's great. K Money's cool. Even though K Money is like an industry plant, K Money is. But that's fine. He's good. He's got his skills. K Money is super skilled. But Thread Guy is too. Thread Guy's like Thread Guy's great. I cannot deny that fucking guy's just like talent. I don't think Thread Guy's like a market expert, but he's a talented fucking guy. He's got his finger on the pulse of like the culture. Absolutely. Yeah, TG's great. Here's Virtual Bacon. I do want to check his thread here. I'm kind of curious his plan. What did he say? His trade zones, whatever. I'm kind of curious. Saying Lighter's hitting the market at a key moment, not because of the hype, but because TGEs create short-lived mispricings. True. I'm there too. That he's so close to Frank, but I don't know if this is like naive of me, but like when Thread Guy says he didn't do that stuff, and I know people who vouch for him that doesn't do the scammy shit. I'm sure he dabbles, but I don't think that's like his like fucking motivation. I don't think that's his motive and goal and whatever. But he certainly gets like access to stuff and inside info, and I just don't think he's I think there's a difference. But also could be wrong. My only comment about Thread Guy is just finger on the pulse. Culture, great. He's really good at the interview stuff. He's really skilled at that. Like it's natural for him. K Money is a comedian and like an LA insider. Like K Money has money behind him to make him a crypto figure. You know what I mean? Like he does. That's like a real thing. He's kind of like I don't know if industry plant is the right word, but it's a coordinated, K-Money is a coordinated thing. It's not just one guy that came here on his own and like caught on his own. It's not that. It's a way more coordinated thing. I didn't know this until I met some people who are like from that scene and know how it works, know how the industry works. And they're like, no, that's different. That K-Money is not like an organic guy who caught here. That's not what happened. I'm like, shit, I didn't know that's real. I had no idea that that's how this works, but apparently that's how it works. So we'll see. Let's see. Virtual Bacon, I'm treating this strictly as a trade. An airdrop isn't free money. It's paid for with fees, volume, opportunity costs. This means defining exits matters more than believing in the story. Okay, whatever. Talking about the product, though, which does matter. Fast execution, clean UX, real traders, real volume. Yep. Is it the strongest hyperliquid competitor out there? I think it is, right? Luna, would that be fair? It is the number one hyperliquid competitor. I think that's probably an easy take, right? Where's his levels? I don't care about technicals. I should. I don't care. I want to see his levels. Where does he think this coin is going? Lighter raised at 1.5 bill. I don't know when, like investor tokens vest or unlock or anything. Okay. That brings us to fair value. This is what I was looking for. Reasonable framework, lighter at minus 20% of hyperliquid. Okay, using FDV, about 5 bill, around $5 a token. Yeah. Yep. I like it. Yep. True. True too. As far as we know, absolutely true. Again, the maybe naive part in me thinks that it actually affected Thread Guy because I think he's like sensitive dude. Like, imagine if you are. I try to put myself in that position. If I got accused of shit and I didn't do it, it would fuck with my head a bit. But again, it's like projecting and whatever. But then the stuff I know about K Money is where I'm just like, eh. And I think he's cool as fuck. And I think he's a great trader and all that stuff, right? I think he is. But just learning what I learned, I'm like, fucking, I had no idea. I had no idea. Stuff was like calculated, like with personalities, you know? Anyway. Ooh, okay. So here we go. Here's where we get some alpha. Guys who are really familiar with that ecosystem given their levels, right? So Virtual Bacon telling you what he thinks is like a fair valuation for this, and a guy like Luna who's been using this and knows it very well. And saying buying under $2. Yeah. Yeah, for what it's worth, again, I like K Money and his calls, and Mog is a great coin. Yeah. Okay, so Virtual Bacon, seeing this go to 5 to 7 bill. That makes sense, especially if you think this market can get hot early next year, at some point next year. I don't know. I'm hoping you get the full weight of Robinhood behind this. But that feels right. That feels right. It's kind of like Kook's call where he's looking to sell 4 to 5 bill. Also feels right. It feels underpriced here, and I think it makes sense also waiting for it to dip below. Was it 2? All that feels right. And the point ultimately is I think you got a great trade still in lighter, maybe on both sides right now, but it's got upside to it. Quantzilla. Oh, no way, J-Wise. Okay. We should check White Whale. I saw it this morning back, 62 to 68 mil or something. Yeah, like memes are actually looking interesting again. I would imagine Monad's got some life to it still too. I just imagine, especially heading into whatever's the next Coinbase token offering. I would imagine they want the previous one to be looking a bit better. Doesn't look great right now. Anyway, Quantzilla. Was this top dog, Luna? Was this top dog over in lighter? Like maybe the number 1 point getter, if not number 1, like right up there. Like this guy did, I think these are real numbers, over 5 bill in volume, 100,000 in fees paid. Saying he doesn't think that being a market maker was worth the time and fees for him based on the airdrop he got. It depends where he's selling and whatever, but good crazy though, Luna. Like he's good crazy. Seems crazy. Seems like good crazy. But yeah, just sharing some screenshots from along the way, right? I think that's what we got here. Again, his volume, 3.5 bill in volume. P&L, he's negative 132K. Where's the fees he's paid? It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know what his airdrop was worth. I don't know if he shared his airdrop. Do you know, Luna, how much he got, how many points he got? Because we could kind of figure out what his airdrop is worth, but There's some big money moving around here, and I hope for them the reward was worth it. He might be holding his coin, saying hopes 26 will be better. He probably. Oh, okay, all right. So maybe he's saying like he made money, but maybe wasn't worth the effort. I don't know. This was probably like a full time. This is probably his full time thing. For an airdrop that probably was really profitable, but not what he was hoping. Again, hold that coin. It's probably got some upside next year, which is in 2 days, you know? But still, major airdrop. Bubble Maps put out their maps. Team withdrew some money, which is fine. Team gets paid too. But what is it? 25% of the token supply, if I'm reading it right, was to the community, to the farmers. It's a good chunk. It's a pretty good chunk. 50% to the team and investors, 4-year vesting, 25% ecosystem reserve. 25% is pretty awesome. Yeah, I dig it. And then you got the FUD out there. You got guys fudding. And I think they're silly for fudding. Our man here, who is this? Bad calls. I don't even want to waste time on this, to be honest. I think he's crazy, but saying lit going way below 3 bill. Saying it'll go below 2 bill. Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, it might. Like Luna's saying, he's buying it $2. We'll see. I don't know. I like these things because these are how you start feeling out and measuring the market. What, like I always say, what's the market going to give us? You can't make your predictions. You can't, guess valuations, token prices without having some good examples out there. The leaders out there, they're setting the ceiling for us, and certain coins are setting the floor for us. And I watch these things, and you start feeling out what's the ranges we live in. But make no mistake with this being, do we call it like a Robinhood product? I don't know if that's the right thing to call it, but actually it might be. But you better believe this thing is going to have some serious backing and push. And I still think a lot more upside, even if it does fall under 2 bill, right? Jay Wise, to have exposure to the market right now is a risk if you think we're going into a bear. Yeah. Yeah, this is a tricky ass market. It is. Hex Drunker, one of the most profitable cases of the year. You could easily turn $200 into 10,000 on Lighter. Like, maybe, probably. Just nice to see some wins out there. There we go. I love that, Luna. It's a good product at the end of the day. It seems to be, that's all I hear. Do you know what's interesting? I might see guys on the timeline fudding it who are probably Hyperliquid guys or people who missed it or engagement farmers or whatever. I don't hear anybody dogging the platform, like the actual product itself. I hear universally that the platform's fucking awesome. That's all I hear. Well, so Jay-Wise, that was actually me too, saying you won't do leverage trading. That's me, but you can do spot, right? So I think it's interesting that you can still trade like you would with no fees, I believe, and then earn points. Because I'm like that too. I just don't want to touch leverage much. Right? I touched it with Aster. I just did it to try it, and then 10-10 happened just after, and it was a good reminder of why I don't. Yeah, see? I think they're smart for having spot trading, right? Open it up to people who wouldn't touch that stuff normally. But I don't think you're crazy for avoiding those kind of platforms too. But now the NFT thing, Luna, I'm trying to think if this is what you sent me a couple weeks back, or if it was something else entirely. But there's a Lighter NFT coming from like the official Lighter platform. And so when you claimed your tokens, you can check me on any of this if I'm wrong, Luna, but you could claim your tokens, but also check an option that you're gonna that's fake, God damn it, dude. That would have been so cool. This is fake. Does he know? Do you think he knows it's fake? Does Farmer Joe know it's fake? I wonder if he knows it's fake. You didn't get that option, Luna? Let's pretend it's real because it's a good story. So we'll pretend it's real, and it might not be. But maybe you had the option to get less tokens and then receive next year a lighter NFT. So basically like the hypers, like Hyperliquid did, they dropped the NFTs to people. Dude, we saw those selling for $75,000 or whatever. And they're down bad right now. Down bad. But let's see. I think there's some life in NFTs next year. I don't think we're going back to anywhere close to where we were next year, but I think there's some life. I look at a lot of NFTs now, and I wouldn't be shocked to see a 2x in a lot of them. And I always allow that things can get crazy. I don't know, because I'm an NFT guy. If that's real, I might roll the dice on something like that. I know me. I like the collectibles. Fuck it. I love the collectibles. I might have done that. It's probably a bad play, but if it's real, I like it. Hang on. Let me see his 5 reasons why. He probably didn't give 5 reasons. Yeah, he didn't give any reasons. Or maybe, hang on. Does he give some reasons? And the dude, oh, hang on. This isn't real. I think this is not real. In the Discord, some dude posted the lighter version of the Hyperliquid Genesis page. Okay, this isn't real. Yep. JY's, yep. Well, doesn't that just make sense though? Like you always get the leader, and then everybody sees how successful it is, and so you make your, you start seeing the derivatives or the copycat platforms, how everything works. Of course, if somebody's super successful, what happens? Everybody tries to copy it. I mean, like you expect that. So like the challenge should be do it better. Do it better. Okay, take the idea now, innovate on it. Do it better. But right now, everybody's making the copy because they're like, well, we want some of the action. We want those fees. Like we could build the same kind of product, and why wouldn't we to go get the fees ourselves? It all gets watered down, but makes sense it goes that way. Anyway, that's fake. So yeah, it seems like people somebody copied the Hyperliquid page, swapped out, lighter stuff. Okay. All right. You know what? I feel like those two haven't started yet. I might be wrong about Linea. But I don't think Mega ETH has really started yet. We'll see next year. I expect a lot of ghost chains next year. And by the way, there's like a lot of talk out there about apps. Okay, apps, successful ones launch their own chain because as of right now, actually Shaw was talking about this on Space yesterday. He's like, these blockchains cannibalize the fees that the app should be making in a way, right? And so it's why apps are going to just launch their own chains. There just needs to be different incentives, different ways for the apps to capture all the fees. Otherwise, yeah, they're just going to keep launching their own chains. We'll learn a lot next year about the L2 and L1 wars for sure, and expect a lot of ghost chains, and also expect a ton of blockchains that I don't know if thrive is the right words. I don't think thrive is the right word, but exist and are sustainable and are just smaller, and it's just going to look different. Infinite number of blockchains coming. So yeah. Anyway, quick look at the market. Actually, a new thing from CoinGlass dropped today. I'll show you in a second. Really cool. But a quick look. Bitcoin 87.9, ETH 2,900, BNB 857, Ripple 186, and Solana 124. Again, we're just flat as flat could be. We're in stablecoin mode where we've been here for days. Feels like a week at this point. But check this out. This is cool. CoinGlass has dropped. This is free, by the way. This is cool. On their free tier, free whatever, an order book. You can see the order books, so you can look at Bitcoin price. This is on Binance. It's a Bitcoin USDT pair, but you can see the order book live, which is cool. This is like, is this similar to like where Marty shows liquidation levels? I don't think it's exact. It's not that, but it is interesting seeing where the orders are being filled, or where people are setting their buy levels, right? And setting their shorts. I think it's interesting. So then you start feeling out these levels of where do we find support? Well, again, if I'm reading it right, a ton of support for Bitcoin down at basically 80K up to 83, right? If I'm reading this right, and I think I am, this is super cool. This for me is helpful. You start understanding why we reach certain levels and don't fall much further, or why there's certain levels and we can't break through. Because right on the top side, you start seeing where people are setting up their shorts, I guess. And you see it up there, right at 90, 89 to what, 91? It's pretty cool. I got that queued up, J-Wise. I got that. We'll hit that. Actually, let me keep moving along because I'm definitely behind and I want to get to the creator coins. But this is cool. This is really cool. I dig it. Anyway, I'm going to make this a habit to check this daily too. Again, just to feel out those levels. It's similar to like Marty's liquidation levels, where I start looking at those as targets of where we can fall to, you know, where if we believe exchanges are trading against us, where they're going to, you know, push us down to, who they're trying to wipe out and at what level. Where's the liquidity? It's cool stuff. Ooh, all right. I got to chat. I didn't see that. That's cool. Okay, everybody say, not everybody. I don't want to say everybody. We got people saying Bitcoin's down because gold is the first mover. Like we hope, right? Of course, we hope. But gold's the first mover. And then the rotation to Bitcoin. And plenty of people are saying that's bullshit. They're completely separate. There's not going to be a rotation. It's not how it works. I only pointed this out, and I guess I didn't save the right tweet, but Raoul Pal, of course, referencing this and saying exactly. And Julian Biddle, same thing. And they said, this is what we've been saying for a long time. So you have like the loud voices on crypto Twitter saying, this is how it's going to play out. Gold is pricing in the extra liquidity from the market. And they believe, I hope, I'm not going to say I believe, but I hope Bitcoin's next. I like this. Coinbase doesn't want Zora to fail. Yeah. It's just CT's so obsessed with the Solana ecosystem, feels like only Zoomers exist in crypto. Yeah, dude, it's a good shout. It does. It does. And so we'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow, I want to spend tomorrow's show talking about what we can expect next year. Right? We'll talk some majors, but I do want to talk like, you know, tokens, altcoins. Yatsu thinking next year is going to be the year of utility tokens and their IPO plan and interesting stuff. And I you know how I feel about it. I hope, I still think it's less about utility because there's very little utility out there. It's more about ownership, equity, you know, that kind of thing. We'll see. Also, is next year the year where creator coins work? I don't know. Here's the Nick Shirely coin though, guys. 2.3 mil market cap. I mean, look, the coin's right where it's at or was at when we looked at it on Sunday. Exactly where it was at, well off its all-time high, and everybody's saying game over. Creator coins don't work, and I get it if you think that. I kind of think that too. It's funny because, like, here's what it is. My head tells me they don't work. My heart tells me they can. Like, my heart really believes it. Like, I think they can work. You don't have enough buyers. You don't have enough participants. You don't have enough support from the platforms. And I don't think the tokenomics are right yet. I don't think they are, but yeah, it's a bad sign when you agree with crypto Twitter. I think in most cases, it's usually, I'll say this, and this is often right. If you agree with crypto Twitter, if you're part of consensus, you're probably on the wrong path. It's good to be ahead of them. It's good to be ahead of them. Sometimes being ahead of them, here's the trap, is if you think you're ahead and you're actually way behind. Don't fade Luna's call. He did it with lighter. NATO Kraken's perp decks on their Ink L2. This is all right? I think that's all it. I remember trying to buy some Ink NFTs like 2 months ago or a month ago. Yep. I nailed it, boys. Yeah, so the Ink blockchain, it's Kraken's L2. NATO's their perp decks. And there it is. Yeah. It'll cook. Okay. Creator coins. Here's your top creator coins. This isn't a great look. At the top creator coins, it's Jesse, 6 mil market cap. Gary Tan, 5.8. This isn't bad, by the way, but also it's not bad. Nick Shirely, at this point, 2.3 mil. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. But again, they don't really work yet. So here's Nick from Base. He's like, I don't know, head of product. Let me double check. Yeah, well, product at Base. Content coins create daily 10x trades. If you were like right here, if you were in at that one magic moment, see, now that's what we need. Because I'm going to wrap this up, the content coin, with a point, and that's basically it. The coins can't just be, they can't be meme coins for the person. They need to be something else. It has to be that. That's actually fucking awesome. It has to be that. I'll get into that in a second. But again, if it's this, if you only win in a meme coin or a creator coin, if you are there for that one moment that lasts a couple of hours, doesn't work, man. That's not it. Nick's saying that, he looks at these coins as things that are hot for 24 hours. Who's going to play them? Who's going to play something that if you have to, man, a lot of us are here and that we'll see that in a 24-hour period, but also we're not like a lot of people. A lot of people are not here all day watching stuff. They're going to miss that. Who's going to play something where you have to be as dialed in as we are to win on something like that? Nobody's going to touch a thing if you expect it to only last 24 hours. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. And there's a lot of fun about Base right now when you have, he deleted the tweet. This motherfucker. Okay, well, I can tell you his tweet. I can tell you this is from a Base team member, like a Base, like some kind of lead, saying the first thing he looks at for when builders request support is, are they active on the Base app? And it comes across as, if you're not active on Base app, you're not going to get our support. Which, by the way, I actually get it, and I think that's fair. It's also not the best look if you're trying to attract people to your platform who maybe just don't have a great social game, but can build a great product. It wasn't a great tweet. I don't think it was that bad, but it wasn't great. Not a great tweet. I want to play Thread Guy's comments though on creator coins, man. Because again, there's nobody in this space who's got his finger on the pulse of that generation, but also of content. He's the best content creator in crypto. And it's not even close. All right, let me play this. I don't think we got time for the full 10 minutes of it, but I want to play it, and we'll stop and make comments. Actually, hang on. I'll circle back to this in a minute. Let me blitz through the Shaw stuff, and then right back to this, and then what I think fixes content coins. Doesn't fix them. I'll tell you this. It's what they need, what's essential to them, and it's kind of like what Gary Tan is offering. It's you need utility on the creator coins or something else. So real quickly, Shaw from AI16Z, is fucking back. He's back. Shaw's back. Unbelievable. Look, I know he's called a scammer. He actually might be. He really might be. I'm not here to say if he is or isn't a scammer. I remember when he left crypto Twitter, it wasn't at the peak of his influence and the peak of his, like, killer products, right? It was after that all peaked and things were starting to fall apart, and Auto.Fun came out and it was a nothing burger, right? It was afterwards. It was after his actual magic time. So he didn't come and, he wasn't like booted off and it crushed his like success or anything. No, it was like after the peak, he made his money, whatever, and he just kind of disappeared via, a ban. And it's interesting timing that he's back when he has some new products to launch. Interesting timing. I don't know if he's actually a scammer or not. There's people who say he was and he would bundle things and whatever. I don't know. But all I know is he is back. Shaw does bring that electricity and that magic. I'll say this too. Even some bad actors or scammers, I'm going to say Frank's name, and I'm not going to say he's a scammer because I don't know, even though there's a lot of accusations he's a scammer, right? And he might be. I don't know. But those kind of guys are kind of like a really important ingredient during a bull market because they bring that hype, because people around them make money, or they make money and they show it off and they give you that thing. They're that carrot, at the end of a stick that people chase. You kind of need those characters to get that like frothy part of the market, the euphoric part. They come with that territory. Good or bad, I don't, whatever, probably more bad, but you do need it. And so Shaw being back is maybe one of those ingredients we need for that really, really hot AI cycle. You know what I mean? I think we need those guys. So Shaw being back all of a sudden, look, I thought AI could be back next year anyways. And I mean, token prices back next year. I feel even better about that knowing Shaw is back. He just brings eyeballs. He brings that electricity. It might be the best thing we've got going right now for us in AI, which may be also scary too. Anyway, he's got Eliza OS, which is formerly AI 16Z. It's rebranded, right? But he announced they have a bunch of things coming, like decentralized cloud compute. Maybe decentralized storage was kind of in there too, but like a more decentralized environment to build these AI agents and actual applications, which is pretty cool. Again, people are still saying it's a grift and it's a scam. And there are people pointing out tokens saying he bought this and then he dumped these tokens and then he did the right. Like that's all there too. That's all there. And I can't dispute any of that. He's also back to trading if he took a break, but he's back to trading. And, I don't know. Is it organic? Is it him? Is it him? I don't know. Profiting off copy trade. I don't know. I'm just saying things at this point. I don't know. I'm just glad he's back. Just know he's pretty controversial. And yeah, to that point too, the Eliza OS token over 2x with Shaw being back. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Bring some electricity and some eyeballs and attention back on AI coins, and I'm here for that. So, Tickle, good morning, man. And if anybody doesn't know, I think you guys know. You guys know Henry the Grape's my little brother. You guys know that. And you guys who've been here for a long time know, but maybe some don't. Tickle Snarf's my older brother. It's we do the family thing here. All right. Back to the creator coins. Let's play the thread guy thing. I think he's awesome. And I don't think he's, man, I was going to say, I don't think he's right, but he is. And I also think he's wrong, but he might not be. That's helpful, right? No, I just think he's got a great, reasonable take. And I think nobody would know if these would work more than him.
Rated this Nick Shirely Zora coin over the last 72 hours is that creator coins and content coins, whatever we want to call them in their current form, are just a massive failure. Like here we are with the singular most viral.
Hang on, that's probably real quiet. I figured out how to get the audio right.
Person in the world over the last 72 hours being platformed by every major famous tech political figure on the internet in the world. It's the only story over the last 72 hours. Somehow this guy's convinced, persuaded, I don't entirely know, to launch a coin on Zora. And in my opinion, this was like the test. It's like if there was ever a time that these content coins, these creator coins were going to work, it was Nick Shirely right here, right now, in this moment. And it just didn't work. I mean, first of all, at a baseline.
He's totally right. Like I so we talked about it. I also, I always send messages to our team. I'm like, this is like the kind of the do or die moment for creator coins. Cause like there's nobody more viral than Nick Shirely. You happen to have him tokenize the thing, like his coin, right during the viral moment. It's not like the viral moment happened and then he becomes, kind of popular and then he launches a coin, weeks later or a month later or whatever, right? It's not like he's a known figure launching a coin. He's known, but he wasn't known like he is now all of a sudden. He launched that coin right at the peak of when things happened. He did it at the perfect time. What would have been better is if he launched it exclusively on Zora. That would have been different, right? Like if he launched that, put that video out and it was only on Zora, of course people can copy it and they'll upload it to other places. But if his official version was only on Zora, it would have been a different story. That first miss is right there, not Zora exclusive. The other miss is the base platform barely platformed it. You got a retweet from Brian Armstrong, but I don't think the retweet was of Nick's post. I don't think there was a link to it. I might be wrong. I'm pretty damn sure I'm right, though. I don't think there was a link to Nick's token in the retweet. I don't think it was a Nick Shirely tweet that was even retweeted. It was somebody else saying this is a big moment for Zora. That's what got retweeted. I think it was a retweet of a retweet. And that's the only big thing we got from the, base Coinbase ecosystem was that. They should have been shoving this down everybody's throat.
There was zero support from anyone on the Coinbase or Zora side. I don't really know how he got onboarded, but you wouldn't have known he got onboarded if you didn't happen to be trading on chain that day. There was a singular Brian Armstrong quote tweet about it, and that was it. And look, I know their job at Coinbase and at Base isn't to pump individual coins, but you got to also take into account. It's like there's only so many opportunities in just what I would consider God spots to make a splash. And
really important point. When you get an opportunity like a Nick Shirely at the peak of his virality, launching on your platform, and you don't capitalize on it right then, he's right that you don't get these opportunities often at all. At all. They happen a few times a year, maybe not even that often. They missed it. They missed the big one. They missed the big one. Mike Bennett, good morning, man. Who will know his name? I don't think Nick Shirley's a flash in the pan thing. I think that would probably be like absolutely right for most viral guys. Nick Shirley has been doing this for a bit, and you could tell with him, at least I can. I've seen his stuff for at least months. I feel like all year I've seen his stuff. Like at some point he's going to pop. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he's that kind of guy. He's going to keep doing it. In fact, it's why I still like his token, because this is his biggest moment so far. I don't think it's his last, though. I think he's going to have some more big viral stuff. He's doing what he did the other day was not new for him. It's just so I think a lot of people learned of him for the first time. I don't think he disappears.
To really make this vision come true. And this was just one of, this is like a once a year type of spot. These don't just like come around. And you get a spot and you do absolutely nothing with it. And it turns into an 8 mil topper. And I think beyond just being an 8 mil topper, there was not a singular person that was onboarded to Base App, to crypto, to on-chain from this. Like not a single person.
It's a good point too. So I agree with this too. I actually don't think that coin is done. Hopium for sure. But I think that coin has got a lot of potential. I really do. What he's saying right now, I'm with you. I'm with you. In fact, I think it's too early to say creator coins don't work. I actually think they can still. And we'll watch. Nick Shirley's the one to watch now. I think it's the one to watch. If we don't get any other big names come in, we watch that one. I think it can work. And I think he's going to have some viral moments still. Big ones. But Thread Guy's point here about we didn't onboard anybody new, I actually think that's probably true. Now, maybe we got a couple people, but if you look at that coin, 6,000 holders, I bet you every single one, 99 point something percent of them are crypto people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we onboarded anybody new. Now, the other thing is we don't know. We might have seen, there might be things happening behind the scenes, as in other content creators, up-and-comers, or established people saw Nick he made like $80,000 since the weekend, right? And this is not a guy with a lot of money. He has not made big money off of what he's been doing. This is probably his biggest money-making thing since he started his content thing. And I think he started just this year. But he's made like $80,000 since Sunday. So maybe we don't see the payoff of this the good side of it right now, right here, right now in token price, but maybe behind the scenes, other content creators who have yet to have their viral moment, or again, established guys who, might come over now and start launching stuff over here. So I wouldn't say this is over and done because it didn't hold a 8 or 9 mil market cap and it's back down to 2 mil. I wouldn't say it's over, but it's still not a great sign, and there's a bunch of big misses here. Let's keep on this just for another minute. We can't do the whole 10 minutes, but
the only people that made money from this were trenchers and on-chain traders, and the only people that lost money from this were trenchers and on-chain traders. And I think there's like a larger problem here, which is that, I don't know. I mean, we've been trying the social token thing since 2017. I wasn't here for the earliest days, but for as long as I've been in crypto, 2020, 2021, we've been trying it. And it just,
is this true? I don't know if that's true. Maybe it might be. 100 million views is $100,000 to 300,000. I don't think that's. I don't know. Maybe I could see 100. I can't see a mil though. But it's funny, for as long as I've been doing YouTube at this point, I don't understand the monetization. I just know it's pretty fucking low. But, again, my stuff's different. Yeah, average CPM $1 to $3 per 1,000 views. That sounds about right, actually. Yeah. Okay. No, that sounds about right. Yep. Yeah, that sounds right.
hasn't worked. It's 100K or something.
All right, we're gonna skip ahead. I just want to see if we get any other little juicy bits.
Public tweet that is now tokenized that I could find for free, that I could see for free, right? And I think to assume that people are going to go viral with like these tokenized tweets where there's a market for it on the base app is to like assume that it could beat Twitter on the top of funnel attention. And it's
okay. We'll have to skip. I'm going to listen. I haven't listened to this whole thing. I only listened to the first couple of minutes before, but I still think fundamentally there's something broken with content coins. I got to understand their supply. I don't know if they're billion supply tokens, right? Like, I don't know if it's that. If so, I still think that, like, I think token supplies just don't work for things that are not held by the masses. You know what I mean? So there's a problem there with token supplies. I still am going to argue I think content's better as an NFT, but the biggest problem is just like the problem with NFTs. Here, let's pull up Gary Tan. If we can find him, this is not easy to search. Also, hang on. Gary Tan. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to find. This is not easy to find shit. Real Gary Tan. All right, hang on. Probably not it. I don't know. Let me see if that's man. It's so the search is really bad. In fact, this is one of the criticisms about, oh, you know what? Misspelled it. One of the criticisms about, what's his name? The Nick Shirely one is in search results, he didn't come up. Yeah, so there's this. Okay, so then this brings us to what I think is wrong. It's the same thing that's wrong with NFTs that we talk about a lot here, and like we talk about with altcoins, and if the game is you buy it and you're just betting on mimetic value, you're betting on attention, that you're front running attention, well, you lose because you're buying when the attention is already there, and it usually is not coming back in the same way. I do think Nick is a little different, but you're missing like what I thought was the best part of NFTs. You buy into a thing early because you believe in it, and you share in its success, meaning actually sharing the success, like actual revenue, as in like project or creator gives back to you as they grow bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know what that means. Does that mean content creator shares ad revenue with his early token supporters? If you're getting your kickstart, if you're getting off the ground, if you're getting your initial funding from your token, I kind of look at it that there's something there. I mean, at least for me, that's like what I dreamed it up as, right? The people who supported early and helped you like pay your bill so you can do your content thing, you share in some of your earnings, your revenue with them. And I don't mean by like buying back tokens because I think that's such a short-lived thing. I don't think that's sustainable. I mean, actually give people money. It's like a stimmy, like a dividend, something like that. Same thing I hoped NFT projects would be doing. is exactly what I think content creators somehow have to do. And I don't think it works. I don't think you just implement it here now as is. I don't think it works. I just think that that's what the designer system has to be, something like that, that the people buying the token actually earn something from it, not just from the tokens. Maybe it doesn't make sense. Maybe it's so ridiculous and why nobody's doing it, or maybe nobody's doing it because nobody's built it yet, or maybe content creators then made the money and they don't want to maybe give up, what they know is coming. I don't know what it is, but I do know that for me, the dream of it was more shared growth. And again, attention is not the thing you share. It's the money, the earnings, the revenue. So you're missing that. And so Gary Tan's is interesting because it's not necessarily sharing the revenue or anything, but it's sharing its utility. It's getting to meet with Gary Tan. That's an awesome thing. So I think it's like an or thing. You either need to share that revenue or you need to share some like great utility from these things. And we don't have it. They're just meme coins right now. And people don't like meme coins anymore. Doesn't mean they won't, in the future, but they don't like them right now. So anyway, we're missing a big important piece, which is what's the actual incentive or reward for early believers? And it's not there. Another attention event means price goes back up. Well, if you bought in at the first attention event, you're just getting back to break even. So then what? The play is to only buy when the token's way, way, way down. That's fair too, but it just doesn't work. And also my heart tells me it still can. Jay Wise, I think we're on the same page here. This is like a core thing for Coinbase, is to make this content thing work. And eventually it might, and that's how they talk about it too. They don't think it works right now. They think down the road when the platform is much, much, much bigger that it can. And I'm there. I'm like, it can. I can see how it can. But now's not the time. But also then if now is not the time, then maybe this is the time to get in when these things are cheap. But dangerous game. I like everything else. I'd rather see it work and then get in on easy mode, All right, real quick, let's peek at virtuals. Any other, big launches coming? Bunny OS, whatever this is new. Don't know what it is. DeFi agents. More DeFi agents that so far have not proven to work. I don't, you know what? I'm not going to dig into this right now because we're already over and I want to hit the important stuff. Well, no, that sounded shitty. That I don't mean that's not important, but we'll dive into this maybe tomorrow. We got a week. For that. Otherwise, nothing else new. Hyperbet in 3-4 days here. So we'll see. Anyway, but I am going to watch this one just because it's new. Robots next year on virtuals might be bigger than I was thinking. Again, I get where robotics is going. Everybody does. I have trouble seeing how we make money betting on robotics tokens. So I'm not sold on the idea that like there's going to be a crypto robotics meta that's going to melt faces. I'm not sold on that at all. And if it makes my top things to look for next year, if it makes that list, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Wait. Is tomorrow New Year's Eve? Yeah. If it makes that list, it'd be damn near the bottom. Like if I'm doing a top 5, it's going to be 5. If it's top 10, it's going to be 10. Like it's not high on my list. But it's on, it deserves on a spot something to be watching for. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's huge. Quickly, NFT market. Wow, hang on. What's up with the volume? Oh, well, I saw it real quick on the other page. All right. We've got 9.4 mil in cross-chain sales yesterday. Just right to trade profits, negative 3.5 mil. Huge loss harvesting the past 2 days. Huge. And then we got BRC20s, 17 mil in a single trade here. So I'm not saying that's fake because it's not. It may be a new BRC20 that's getting a ton of, I don't know. That might be real, but again, it's different. It's a different thing. NFT's not looking awesome. What is looking awesome? Love that. What is awesome is the new X copy. Okay. So again, if you're an X copy holder, even something like a Max Payne, I think a Max Payne qualifies you. You jump in X Copy's Discord. He's got a raffle for holders. If you win a spot, you get to mint this piece. 42 editions. The mint is 3.33 ETH, so it's wicked expensive. The last one was 1.11 or whatever, right? This one's 3.33. Very expensive mint. We're talking what, like $10,000? But it's already got offers of 6.6. You're gonna, if you get to mint this, you 2x your money. You find a way to get 3.33 ETH and you mint this. Absolutely. If you win that thing, you absolutely find a way to mint it. The rest of this collection, I mean, look at the floors. This is the newest one, right? This one was like a week or two ago. Top offer 6.66 ETH. But these were selling like for 9 ETH and 10 ETH. And you see the rest in this collection, 20 ETH floor, basically. Here's 13 ETH. 12.69 ETH. It's an automatic win. If you get to mint that thing, if you get picked for a spot, you got to find a way to mint it. It's free money. Like, it's that simple. You don't miss that. And so when looking at prices here, I think my browser's getting fucked a little, but 8.9 ETH, 8.75 ETH, 8.9. Again, you're going to 2.5x your money if you get to mint this thing. 9 ETH, right? So you should be getting in this raffle. So there we go. Luna, are you talking like a Max Payne? I would just, if that's what you're talking about, get a Max Payne to like get in the raffle. I would double check the rules if they snapshot it already, right? And you're not going to lose money on the Max Payne, really. I think they're good to have because they get you in the raffles. And again, they're free money every time you have a chance to buy an X copy, especially if it's on mainnet. Then you buy. It's literally free money. But yeah, you should check in the Discord those terms because they can get squirrely. No financial advice, but X copies free money. That's financial advice. All right, we're done. I'm just gonna point out how fucking cool AI is getting, man. It's getting so cool. Look, this was me as a kid. I had so many action figures, and I didn't ever do that with the sticks. That's actually a cool idea. But look what he's doing with AI. He can literally pose his figures and walk them around and have AI like generate them. Oh, Moonship, good shout. Don't give financial advice. YouTube doesn't like it. Not financial advice. It's definitely not. X copies, really bad plays. Wouldn't touch it. I used to I'd pose all my action figures and I would string them up on what was it? Floss, dental floss. Like I'd have a Spider-Man, I'd tie it to his wrist and have him like swinging from my like dresser. It was cool as fuck. AI does this shit no problem now. It's just crazy how cool AI is getting. How fucking cool. Okay. The opportunities coming are going to be incredible for smooth brains out there too, like me. Like I can't code. I can't do that at all. Right. But I think this is absolutely true, as in I can probably make an app right now. I can probably make an app just through natural language and asking the, Claude Code or whatever to generate me code. We're going to see some cool stuff, man. We're going to see some cool stuff. Pretty exciting. This guy this is actually a really cool idea. And I think he used AI. This guy made a TikTok for, literally TikTok for games. Just scroll, like fucking, he calls it game rot. Just like doom scroll games that you can literally play. So you scroll this feed of like kind of, basic games, Pac-Man, Slither.io, stuff like that. But you just scroll and scroll and scroll. And just at any point you can stop and play the game. That's a brilliant fucking idea. It's crazy. That's a brilliant idea. I think there's a lot of brilliant ideas out there that are pretty simple that anybody can build. And you know what? I never think of the ideas. I think we overlook them. I think we overthink it. It's like the super basic stuff that probably is the stuff that works, which is crazy. And then last thing, I have not read this article yet, but I'm probably like everybody at this point, all about the privacy meta. I think privacy is going to be just fucking massive. And I still think Night is going to be a top performer next year. I really do think so. maybe I don't mean by multiples, but I think Knight's going to end up being a big W next year. Just a gut thing, a feel thing, maybe an obvious thing too. But I'm looking at all the privacy stuff, and now all of a sudden I got this thing Shade. It's a private L2. I'm looking at this stuff hard now. Hard. So I'm going to review this later. I think we'll talk about it tomorrow because, yeah, spoiler, but privacy is going to be the number one thing to look forward to next year. So I'm going to dig into that, but I wanted to drop it here for anybody else to look into. All right, go to ethoswarm.ai, sign up for our wait list. More coming real soon. Follow us at Slam Nation X on X. Send a DM if you want to come on the show. Follow us at CryptoSlam.io. And then finally, subscribe to CryptoSlam over on YouTube, home base. We'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live New Year's Day. Man, there's a little chance I go live tomorrow night, like New Year's Eve kind of thing. We'll see. I want to. We'll see. So stay tuned. But predictions for next year coming tomorrow. Should be fun. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.